There are moments when your heart softens for no clear reason. Not relief. Not answers. Just a quiet sense of being held even when you've been tired for a long time. Take a slow breath here. There's nothing you need to prepare for. Nothing you need to fix or understand. This is simply a space to let something familiar return to you. A reminder that arrives quietly, the way truth often does. There is a presence that doesn't come with form or voice. It doesn't interrupt your life. It doesn't tell you where to go. It stands quietly behind you. You may have felt it when your heart softened in the middle of a heavy day, or when you stood in a familiar, sacred place and your chest grew quiet without explanation, or when you stepped away from something that could have gone wrong and you called it luck. But this presence doesn't move like chance. It moves like care. And the first thing it wants you to know is this: you were never walking alone. Even when you felt you had to hold everything yourself. Even when you believed strength meant not leaning on anything. Even when you told yourself, "I'll manage. I always do." There has always been something steady behind you. Not pushing you forward, not demanding growth. Only ready to hold you if you stumbled. And this is where things quietly shift. Because this presence does not look at you with disappointment. It looks at you with tenderness. When you felt lost, it didn't see weakness. When you felt tired, it didn't see failure. It only saw how much you were carrying, often without being seen. There is no judgment here for your confusion. No impatience with your fear. Only a quiet hope that you don't mistake a difficult stretch of road for the shape of your entire life. You often look at what hasn't worked yet. What's still missing? What hasn't settled? But you forget to look at what you've already survived. You are still here. You continued. You chose to stay kind even when you were hurting. And this matters more than you realize. This is something most people don't notice at first. Every time you chose not to harden, you stayed aligned with who you truly are. Every time you chose not to pass your pain onto someone else, you showed a quiet kind of strength. You don't need to prove this. Your body already knows. And still, fear visits you. Fear of choosing wrong. Fear of losing. Fear of trusting and being hurt again. That fear doesn't mean you're fragile. It means you care deeply. But this presence doesn't want you to live in constant defense. It doesn't want your heart closed just to feel safe. Because when you close yourself to pain, you also close yourself to warmth. And neither knows how to enter alone. This isn't a push. It's a gentle wish for you to live open enough to feel life, not just endure it. The people who came into your life were never random. Some helped you grow. Some reminded you of your worth. Some stayed only long enough to teach you how to let go. None of them were mistakes. And you don't need resentment or attachment to understand their place. Understanding is softer than blame. And lighter than holding on. And finally, there is something simple this presence wants you to hear. There is pride here. Not because of achievements or outcomes, but because you didn't give up on yourself. Because you kept choosing decency. Because you stayed, even when leaving would have been easier. For this presence, your safety matters more than your success. Your peace matters more than your proving. If you are here now, let yourself receive this gently. You are cared for. You are accompanied. And you are guided, quietly, patiently, without pressure. Nothing is asking you to wait. Nothing is asking you to believe harder. This is simply recognition. And sometimes, recognition is enough. If this message felt familiar to you, you're welcome to stay with this space. And if you wish, you can gently leave a reflection or sit with another message when it feels right.